Hey, God bless you, name by name and person by person. Welcome to the Daily Reminder. We want to encourage you to hang out here with us for just a few minutes. We take at least Monday through Friday, 3, 4, possibly 5 minutes each morning just to bring a verse or a couple verses, a word, hopefully a nugget that you can carry with you through the day, and even more importantly, that will carry you through the day. And so it just gives us an opportunity to encourage you out of the Word through the examples that we have in the Scriptures, remembering the Bible says in Romans 15, verse 4, the things that were written before were written for our learning, so that you and I, through patience and comfort of the Scriptures, might have hope. The Bible is for us. It's life lessons for us. Let me read you a few verses out of Genesis chapter 12, remembering that God called Abram out of Ur of the Chaldees, and he said, listen, I'm going to do this with you, and I'm going to do that with you. I'm going to multiply your descendants, and all of the nations in you are going to be blessed. And God is leading him towards a destination. And that takes us into Genesis 12, verses 7 through 10. Listen to this. Then the Lord appeared to Abram and said, to your descendants I will give this land. He is standing in the center of his destiny. And there Abraham built an altar to the Lord who had appeared to him. He moved from there to the mountain east of Bethel, and he pitched his tent with Bethel on the west and Ai on the east. There he built an altar to the Lord and called on the name of the Lord. So Abram journeyed, going on still towards the south, and now there was a famine in the land, and Abram went down into Egypt to dwell there, for the famine was severe in the land. So here's my question to you. Why? Why would Abram leave this place? God says to him, in fact, you are standing in the center of your destiny. I am going to give you this land. I am going to multiply your descendants, and to your descendants, I'm going to give them this land. Why, if he was standing in the middle of his destiny? Why, if he was standing in the middle of purpose? Why, if he was standing in the middle of the thing that God had in his heart for him? Why would he leave? Why would he go down into Egypt? Well, the Bible answers that question because there was a famine in the land. So I just want you to hear this. You can be in the center. You can be in the center of God's will. You can be in the bullseye of God's intentions for your life, and there still be famine. Famine being lack, famine being need, famine being want. You can be right in the center, right in the middle of your destiny, of your purpose, of the thing that God has carried in his heart for you. You can be in the middle of it, and famine can be present. And what famine did with Abram will attempt to do to you and I. It'll try to drive us out of where God has called us into. Because here's what happens. The Bible says in 2 Corinthians 5 and 7 that you and I are to be a people walking by faith and not by sight. He heard the voice of the Lord saying, this is the place. We have no record of God telling him to leave and go down into Egypt, that place of slavery, that place of bondage. That's what it's always indicative. So I want you to know, don't be moved by what you see in this season. Don't be moved by what your emotions are telling you in this season. We want to be a people having an ear to hear the voice of God. We don't want to determine if we're in the right place based on what we're seeing naturally, based on what we're hearing naturally, based on the upheaval of emotions and the craziness and chaos in America at this time. We do not want to be moved by any of that, because if we do, we're going to miss what God is wanting to do in our lives. We're going to miss the voice of God. You can be in the center, right in the middle of God's will for your life, and there still be famine. Just because there's famine, it doesn't mean you miss God. God bless you. We'll catch you next time.